Hello everyone, welcome to BTV. It's Saturday, October the 12th, 2024, and we've got men's Premier Division hockey to bring you today. Beeston and visitors Oxted Hockey Club. Beautiful day for hockey in the East Midlands. It did threaten rain a little bit earlier on, so the surface will be nice and nippy, but the temperature is dropping by the second here, so we're into autumn time. The leaves are swirling on the roads and the table is really starting to shape up very promisingly for both of these sides. This is the way the table looks at the start of the day. Beeston in third place at the start of the day, unbeaten at Beeston this is. Oxted visitors are in good shape themselves with 2 wins into themselves. They are in 5th place at the start of the day. So an early season meeting between 2 teams who may fancy that top 6 is a possibility this season. And that is the way the table looks. All the matches starting a little bit later in the men's Premier Division today. In fact, one is underway, Wimbledon Southgate, so we'll try and bring you an update from that. Mentioning our visitors Oxted today, we can tell you a little about them. It's great to have a visiting team here. This is us in the East Midlands and this is Oxted. Just inside the M25 motorway, fans, and I know there's plenty of you out there. Oxted's history goes back to 1936 and they were originally formed as Oxted Women's Hockey Club, and the men's team followed shortly after. They've played in red since 1966 and have been in the Premier Division since 2020-2021. They have 1 piece of silverware under their belts. They won the EH Cup on this ground in July 2021, beating Bowden 3-2 in that fixture. And Oxted is 162 miles away. If you were to start out now, you'd get there for about 10 o'clock tonight. So a warm welcome to everyone. The teams are just about finishing and completing their warm-up. It's a good crowd this evening. The balcony is very busy too, as the sun sets majestically behind. In the distance, it's either a beautiful sunset or we can wave goodbye to Derby forever. This is the way the Oxted team lines up. It is exactly the same match day 16 that went out to Southgate last week and won 4-1 away. So very much as you were. Ron Bucklennan is your goalkeeper. And your penalty corners likely taker, Owen Williamson, Thomas Finnegan, who have both been on target. So is Oliver Bennett as well. So there's plenty of threats from the set pieces. One change in the Beeston lineup today. Ollie Ashdown is in and replacing David Loy, who misses his first fixture of the season. But other than that, it's a very steady squad. So the teams are just about ready to walk out. And they are making their way across. Your match officials are Dan Barstow and Amar Chudasana. Christine O'Donovan holds and wields the clipboard today. No Muss is otherwise engaged. So it's me, Andy Day, bringing you your commentary for BTV today. Beeston in the black and gold, and Oxted in the familiar red, black and red as they make their way down the line. Oxted so far this season started with a good performance but no points away to Surbiton, losing 4-2. Then following that up a week later with a very good home win against East Grinstead by 4-2, so completely negating their goal difference. And then away, a big result last week, that 4-1 away win. Goals 2 from Lucas Ward and a goal apiece for Peter Jarvis and Charlie Axford. Beeston, who've played 3 3/4 fixtures so far this season in the men's Premier Division. 2 goes at Richmond, 2-2 draw away at Hampstead and Westminster. And if you were watching a week ago around about now, you would have settled in for a very, very good match indeed. Cardiff and Met were beaten on this patch 2-1 a week ago. Stephen Wood in the hat, just getting final instructions out to the team, getting a few handshakes. There you can see that's Ollie Ashdown leading the handshakes in the middle of the huddle at the moment. He's back in this week. You can see the captain, number 7, Gareth Griffiths, with the very bright armband on his left arm. We have seen in matches recently that it's the away side that have had the honour to start the fixture and have held on to possession of the ball for quite a long time, so I wonder if we'll see something similar today. Let's say hello to our behind the goal camera. This is us right behind the boulevard end. You can see us, in fact that's the camera at the car park end by the looks of it. It is indeed. Simon Hujwan is putting on his protective helmet, and you can see it's a blustery day here. What a lovely view that is, we can see. And back to the main camera on halfway. Peter Jarvis is jumping up and down for Oxted, swinging his stick ready to go, but it is Beeston who have the honour of starting the game in black and gold, attacking the boulevard end in the first half of the fixture. As ever, your housekeeping: 4 quarters of 17.5 minutes, so that's 2 halves of 35 minutes. It's a full match of 70 minutes. Bright start from Beeston. Oxted with their first possession of the ball now, and it's a very zippy start to the game. Really good pace to this. There's a pass to the left-hand side in front of us here at the chapel, picked up by number 2, Josiah Wood. Wood plays it back inside to Page. Little shuffle to make the space for the ball in towards the circle, and that, with the arms outstretched, is the first time the ball's been off the playing surface, and we've played a minute on BTV. First aerial of the game goes almost to the 23-metre line, picked up by Oxted neatly in the air. Bit of pace on that one for Rob Mugridge to take, but he does well to bring it under his spell. Little bounce off the stick from Wood, but plays it back safely. There's an aerial diagonal across the field, bounces once, then brought down, and then fired in towards the circle with pace, but through everyone, and Beeston can clear. Floodlights on. We're a couple of minutes, I think, late starting the fixture. We'll make it 2.5 minutes late, but that's okay. Beeston into the final third. That ball into the circle, was looking for Griffiths but couldn't find him. The pace dropping a tiny bit. Oxted looking to get some possession of the ball. Many touches for the defensive unit. Now there's a flicked aerial ball forward over halfway, taken down. Free hit for the visitors, rolled back by Wood. Good start from Oxted. On their right hand side there's a trip, I think. Free hit in a tough position to defend. Just looking out of the window, a couple of players just in front of Simon Hujwan in the Beeston goal. Always looking for that angle ball in. At the moment it's very flat. Is this the time to get the ball into the circle? No, say Oxted. Happy to put together another series of passes, moving out to the left-hand side. Williamson towards the top of the circle, and it has been picked off, and the attempted interception, or the tackle on Toby Stanley, has been caused a foul, and that unusual clearance from Stanley takes a touch, and Beeston move up towards the 23-metre line. Richmond, aerial towards the far side of the circle, taken down beautifully. Is there a chance here? It's been played up in the air. I'm not sure who got the touch on that, and Oxted will clear. Not sure if that was the goalkeeper or a defender making the final touch on that. Whatever happens though, Oxted restart. We've seen Beeston having a lot of success recently with pacey breaks. That was another example of them looking pretty good. All of that stemming from that quickly taken free hit from Toby Stanley. It looked like he hit that on the reverse side, some distance. Taken down by Stanley again, who's earned a free hit himself. Just waited for Oxted to move out of the way there. The risky ball across the top of the circle. Sniffing around was Peter Jarvis. He's already got 2 goals to his name this season so far. Griffiths breaks. Looks to get the give and go. That's a free hit for the Bees. Little shimmy, and there's the pace, and now an angle ball in, skips through, taken down, and that's a free hit. George Fletcher bringing the ball under his control, but I think umpire spotting something he didn't like. Henry Croft is patrolling that 23-metre line at the moment. Here's the ball towards the top of the circle. Need to be careful in defence. Goalkeeper is committed. And that's unconvincing, but effective from Beeston. And a long blow, the whistle from Dan Barstow just in front of the chapel here. Richmond. Short pass inside. Look at the pressure coming from Oxted already. I think they've been unlucky there. Ball coming off Jack Jameson's stick. Hurled forward. Taken down by Griffiths, who's got time to bring it under his spell in the circle. Goalkeeper's come out. Ball was stuck under him, but the goalkeeper did very well, Robert McLennan, to present the ball back to his defence and not lie on it. Beeston starting to press, but then mistake. Axford. Gentle pass back over halfway. Oxted been given something to think about in these last couple of minutes. Not sure either team was sure whose possession that was going to be. Beeston ball. Ashdown, I can see his run towards the circle. Can he be found at the moment? Croft does them excellently and appeals for the ball, but it has gone out on the sideline. Roll back to the edge of the circle, forward in towards Rob Mugridge. Played every game this season. There's only a couple of players who haven't featured in every game so far for Oxted. Doug Allison played in the last one against Southgate. Thomas Finnegan played the first 2, but not since. And Josiah Wood played against Southgate, and he's here today as well. Everyone else has played every match. Towards the edge of the circle, and that's the first penalty corner of the game. You heard the contact. Just watching this ball being played forward, it was a bit of a hopeful one. It's the reaching in by Toby Stanley. So who's the likeliest of the takers? Who's that going over to inject? There's the goalkeeper's view. Williamson is on the left-hand side. Bennett, who scored a penalty corner against East Grinstead a fortnight ago, is also out there. So 16 and 25 are the likeliest, but will that be? Little shuffle to the right-hand side. It is the trap, and that's padded away. Good goalkeeping from Simon Hujwan, and Beeston can clear. Driven firmly towards goal. We will get a look at that from a different angle in a moment or two, as play is being held up. And this is the goalkeeper's view again for that penalty corner. Brilliant stop. Good to see Toby Stanley there as well, ready to defend on the line. Ten minutes gone on BTV. Beeston 0, Oxted 0. We had a feeling this could be a tight fixture, and that's exactly how the first seventh of the game has gone. And the ball travels all the way. What did that come off? Did that go over the baseline, or did it go? Must have gone over the baseline for a long corner for Beeston. Given back for Richmond. Richmond strokes it back towards Stanley. He receives the ball again. It's all very central at the moment. There's a good angle to attack down the middle now. Here's a chance, there's a slip. Is there an opportunity for a shot? And he is in for the first goal of the game. And his scoring run continues. Croft scores again. 4 games in a row. Beeston lead. There's that opportunity of the sight of the ball in the middle. The trap was good. There was a slip, there was a turn, there was a touch, and it was low, firm, and deceived the goalkeeper. And the Bees are in front. So what can Oxted do? Looking to respond quickly down the right-hand side. All very congested. There is a lot of movement though in the circle. Can Oxted make something of this? They've decided to create more space by bringing the ball back. Here's the ball in. Free hit outside of the circle, but the umpire, Amar Chudasama, is about to have a chat with Toby Stanley. Everything's okay there. Just watching the movement of Mugridge, who receives the ball now. Very steady from Oxted. Beeston, very active in defence, and that's been turned in for the equaliser so quickly into the circle and touched in. Beeston weren't ahead for long. It was very, very steady, very patient build-up from Oxted. Touched in. I think that's Jamie Batten who got the final touch on that one, number 18, but we'll get confirmation in due course. I think he checked back that he'd got the final touch, because it looks as if he went to run towards goal. He didn't quite believe that he'd put the ball in himself, but we'll watch that on the replay and make sure we've got the right goal scorer credited. It's all square. Croft on 11. And we think Batten on 13. Big aerial ball taken down, and the umpire's outstretched arms. 18, it is Jamie Batten confirmed as the goal scorer. Griffiths with a little space to work in. Fortunate deflection. He's now been pushed out to the left-hand side of the circle. He fires towards goal. It's loose briefly. Oxted come away with it. And the visitors will be able to clear. 14.5 minutes played.
Very briefly in the lead, scored by Henry Croft, followed very quickly by Jamie Batten.
Very neat interchange. Page receiving that ball inside from Nurse, who was very close to the touchline. Towards the edge of the circle, appeal for the ball rolling out of play, and it's been successful. Nice progress down the field. That ball, though, a bit too much pace on it. Nice work, but to no avail. Approaching quarter time. First break of the game will be at 17.5 minutes. Toby Stanley penalised for being too close. Things are opening up for Oxted here. Oxted's attack coming to nothing with a sweep of the stick, finding the defender's stick rather than the ball. Ben Collinson trying to play through a few players. Very tight on the Beeston right-hand side, just popping up into the body, I think, there of Ben Collinson, but play allowed to continue. Axford makes his way to the right-hand side of the circle. Important defensive touch from Joe Paul. Beeston can't clear from this position, so they're going a long way around. And there's a trail of Oxted players in the wake. Griffiths plays it forward just a tiny bit beyond his attacking teammate. And on that passage of play, the first quarter comes to a close. Just 2 minutes between the two goals. Croft firing in low and hard through Robert McLennan in the Oxted goal. Jamie Batten finding the space after some intricate work in the build-up play from Oxted to level things up on 13. So we are all square at the end of quarter one on BTV. Stay with us.
So slow it down, take a moment now. We're too young to drown. Deep and dirty waters full of hope to start. Let me pull you out. Let me hold you now. Let me slow it down. Ain't it funny how it changes, how the future rearranges? I get nervous, oh what makes you? Maybe loving you is dangerous. I could lose you like the others. Only girl that's never let me is my mother. Oh, I love her, and I know you probably hate it, but I'm in my head right now. So slow it down, take a moment now. We're too young to drown. Deep and dirty waters full of hope to start. Let me pull you out. Let me hold you now.
Okay. Welcome back to BTV. We are all square as we begin quarter two as the clouds rumble in onto this floodlight occasion at Nottingham Hockey Centre. We are rolling once more. If you are just joining us, firstly, where have you been? Secondly, very cagey affair with 2 goals in quick succession. Henry Croft on 11, Jamie Batten equalising for Oxted on 13. It's a difficult one to judge. You can't really make a case for either team edging it at the moment. They're both offering quite a lot in possession, clearly offering threat in front of goal as well. That's Beeston's 8th goal of the season. Oxted on to 11 now. Beeston ball just in front of us here in the chapel. Swept back towards halfway where Stanley plays the first time ball in. That's a decent ball in, but it has been intercepted on the top of the circle. Good hustle and harry from Beeston, but can they make an interception high up the field? At the moment, no, they can't, and Oxted have done excellently to get out of that position. Nice little ball forward and just out of the reach. But it has fallen kindly for Beeston, and now they can break, and Oxted back in their defensive formation quickly with support coming as the ball gets over the 23-metre line and just out from the outstretched stick of Dylan Limhon. Back with Beeston. They're looking to build themselves here. Richmond slips, brings the ball back under control. Nice 3D skills to get away from the possession of Isaac Dale. Did that find a foot? No, it didn't. It's still with Beeston. And they earn a free hit. Robbie Gleeson somewhat kamikaze through the defence of Oxted. Just thinking about the fire into the circle, does take a couple of slowing deflections on the way through to eventual capture by Oxted. Oxted making it difficult to get out of possession. Now Beeston with a first time shot from Croft, and you heard that one striking the backboards behind the goal. Cheap interception, well done from Will Prentice. Ball popping up into 45, Nicholas Page. Aerial ball, was that 5 metres? I'm not sure how far away, no. So a Beeston free hit. Will they try the same? Defending player with his stick in the air looking to make a block if the Bees go aerial, but they don't. They keep the ball on the ground, and Oxted quickly with a give and go on the left hand side nudged forward, and unfortunately from them, from Lucas Ward, out of play. Beeston's number 5, Alistair Richmond, brings the ball back. Coming off the stick of Toby Stanley at an unusual angle, and possession turned over again. Chris Porter of Oxted just querying that outcome of that aerial decision. Pace of the game slowing down a little, and what can the visitors in red do with this spell in the middle of the field? Well, they get a free hit firstly. Mugridge into the circle. Chance here, and that's a good outstretched boot by Simon Hudgman. It will be a Beeston ball, but the attacker seems to have the freedom of the Beeston circle to place his spot, and Hudgman on the spot to make the block. Beeston bringing the ball up the field with pace. Slowing things down from Wood. Working the ball up to the 23-metre line again. There's an angle here for a fired-in ball. There it comes. Chance. And that's padded away from the goalkeeper's leg defenders. It must have come off a Beeston player. Last I thought the goalkeeper got the final touch on that. Bouncing ball forward, and that's beyond everybody. Also get a look at the other match which is going on at Nottingham Hockey Centre. Nice from Owen Sutton, who continues his run. He's back in possession now. Sutton with a clip ball towards the top of the circle, the twisting, the turning. There's a shot on here. There is a shot, but it's into the ground and wide of the upright. Was shooting the right option there? Was there support there? We were here a couple of weeks ago with the one fixture that we've been able to bring you so far. That's because it's been the only home fixture for Beeston's women. They played Durham University. It's a turn of University of Nottingham's men to do the same on the other pitch. Interception high up the field. Can Beeston make something of this? Nice control. Goalkeeper's been committed, and it's strolled past the upright. Close to retaking the lead. hustling, harrying from Toby Stanley. And that's rolled out of play as well. No cards, one penalty corner in the game so far. That's gone the way of Oxted. Historically, the teams have met 7 times in the Premier Division. It's Oxted who have the better of the historic meetings, winning 4 compared to Beeston's 3. Beeston have won recently. They won here 3-2 back in March. Might come off a foot. I think it might have done. Also, Oxted have had good results here recently. They've won a couple in a row. April 2022, winning 4-0 away here as the ball takes a foot in the circle, and that's another penalty corner, a second of the game for Oxted in the first of the second quarter. A clearer foot you wouldn't wish to see, or you'd struggle to find. Jamie Rawlings, the player, usually famed for his penalty corner exploits at the other end of the field, as the wind suddenly really ramps up around here in the chapel. Any movement around the top of the circle, it's all weighted towards the right hand side. Now, as it coming together, there's a chance here, there's a bit of protective equipment gone missing, and there's a repeat penalty corner. And Alistair Richmond having a good chat with the umpire on the far side. I'll have to defer to better judgment here, but is the penalty corner because the defensive gear caused an obstruction? Not sure, but it is a repeat penalty corner. Well, the umpire has seen a foot in that is the word. So repeat penalty corner for Oxted. Again, weighted towards the right-hand side of the circle. It's a more intricate routine, and it's up in the air and over the crossbar. Hudgwan defending from Williamson. Well in from Toby Stanley. I think if you listen carefully, you'll be able to hear additional commentary. There's the ball flicked up and then fired into the netting behind the goal. Long corner again for Oxted. Good spell of possession as we complete the first 30 minutes of the game. So 5 minutes to half time, second quarter. It's been very give and take. Two teams pretty much level with each other on the field as well as on the score sheet as well. Crunched ball into Nicholas Page. What's the option here? It's backwards from Beeston. using an awful lot of space. Invites the further challenge, and there's a nice take from Griffith. It's on the second attempt. He's been driven in towards the corner of the field. Beeston and get the ball into the circle, appeal for something, but it's gone the way of the visitors. Just sense that there might be another goal before the first half is out, but who will find the net? Page. And back with Bennett. Goal scorer Batten now playing it forward. Beeston's defence part like the waves as they should. And that too high to do anything with. Shallow aerial ball, bounces a couple of times. That was aimed for Will Prentice, but he couldn't bring it under his control. You know, the team's happy to continue to battle it out in the middle of the field, or is there will be one more attempt in the circle? Oxted have gone through the gears very sweetly, but unfortunately given away a free hit in an attacking position from their point of view. I think it's been a feature of the Oxted game that they've been content to maintain possession, but when they needed to, they can get through Beeston's midfield fairly easily. They can find a route through. In comparison, Beeston have had to go the long way. Dunn playing the ball forward and off the side of the Oxted defensive player. Aerial ball down the narrow side, and that one looking for Ben Collinson, who wastes no time on the restart. Did Collinson take the restart too quickly? Possibly, and this potentially is an Oxted counter-attack. Broken down a tiny bit with just over a minute to play until half-time. Stanley robbed of the ball by Page. Page, who turns inside. Out towards the Oxted right-hand side. It was behind the midfielder, so he's had to reach backwards to stop the ball rolling over the sideline. The players can't see how long's left in the half. Chance here, it's rolled back. Need to be careful you don't give away a penalty corner. It will come back again. Page out towards the left-hand side. Back. What's the outcome? Penalty corner, it looks like. Williamson was 16. He was the player on the left-hand side that we were looking at. This isn't that passage of play. This is the passage of play here. There's the ball in from Page. Williamson. And then all getting very, very busy in front of the goal at the car park end. So I make it that we're in overtime. This is probably the final action of the first half. Doesn't look like we have any additional players around the edge of the circle, but that could just be Oxted's choice that they don't overload. now we're ready to play. Looks like there's a few problems with the Beeston defensive kit. Fired out towards the top of the circle, low and played away from the boot. It's still not cleared. It's low and over the baseline. And I think that is the half-time whistle that has blown. It is the end of the half. And the score is, as it was at the end of the first quarter, Henry Croft giving the Bees the lead on 11. Jamie Batten finishing off quite a flowing and quick move for Oxted for the equaliser. It has been a very, very level game. Who will come away with the points? Plural. It could be a very entertaining draw that plays out, but we will find out at the end of the next half. As we approach half-time and the half-time break, around 7 minutes if you want to go and put your kettle on. Before you do that, I need to tell you about something important. With wait less time, you can easily compare waiting times, patient satisfaction rates and inspection reports at both NHS and private clinics in your area. Say goodbye to long wait times and hello to faster, more efficient healthcare with wait less time. The app is live on the 15th of October, so for those of you who have been waiting for the app, only a couple of days away for that. Thanks to our friends at Wait Less Time. This is BTV. Put the kettle on. We'll see you in 5. Bennett, who scored a penalty corner against East Grinstead a fortnight ago, is also out there. So 16 and 25 are the likeliest, but will that be? Little shuffle to the right-hand side. It is the trap, and that's padded away. Good goal. He receives the ball again. It's all very central at the moment. There's a good angle to attack down the middle now. Here's a chance. There's a slip. Is there an opportunity for a shot? And he is in for the first goal of the game. And his scoring run continues. Croft scores again. Very steady from Oxted Beeston, very active in defence, and that's been turned in for the equaliser so quickly into the circle and touched in. Beeston. Welcome back to BTV. It has been an extremely even first half under the floodlights at Nottingham Hockey Centre. Beeston 1, Oxted 1 is the position as the second half gets underway. I think someone's needs to put another 50p in the PA meter there because the music ended very abruptly, but it's okay. Oxted in possession in the red, black and red. Beeston in the black, black and gold. Oxted this half playing left to right, attacking the boulevard end. It's the car park end. And Beeston have had a fair amount of success attacking recently that they will be going towards in the second half. Right to left, Beeston are playing. Quickly towards the top of the circle, towards Griffiths, who went to ground, but he's okay. Pressure coming from Beeston. I do wonder what the instructions have been from the sidelines for both teams. On the bench today, Kay Bond is managing for Beeston. Stephen Wood is coaching. David Loy, you might remember him mentioning that he is out of the team this week. Ollie Ashdown is in. David Loy is assistant coach officially today. Managing for Oxted as Beeston make their way towards the defensive end of the field. Wayne Bennett is managing for Oxted and Nick Giles is coaching for Oxted. Bennett. Axford. Under pressure, and Oxted will come again. Lots of blue space for the visitors to work in. Beeston happy to defend on the 23-metre line as the wind picks up and the temperature drops another couple of degrees. Batten, the goal scorer, plays it inside but is picked off and the ball is over the sideline for Bennett to restart. Always looking, and then straight to Griffiths, who's on his bike. That's a great attempted pass towards the top of the circle, but well picked off by Oxted. Batten. Into the circle once more, Beeston go. Is there a chance again? Not this time. Whistle had blown before Griffiths could get the shot away. Very vocal pitch today. Good to hear lots of communication out on the field. Now is there a pass on into the circle? Beeston blocked that attempt. Oxted appealing that that wasn't 5 metres, but the umpire is unmoved. They will get possession back here. Crisp ball across most of the width of the field. George Fletcher attempting to win the high ball back, and that is Croft who's given away a foul. He thought he'd won the ball fairly, but the umpire nearest Judas Harmer didn't feel that way. Towards the top of the circle again, Beeston can clear. Fletcher, I fancy, was fouled a touch there, and we are coming back for that. Collinson gets us going again. 40th minute about to complete on BTV. 5 minutes of the second half gone as the ball skips through the circle. Who's quickest to it? It is Griffiths who picks the ball up on the tee at the edge of the circle. Ball is stripped from him, and Oxted, these nice patterns as they progress up the field. There's always an outlet ball, it appears. Aerial to the left-hand side, but that might not be kept in, and in fact that's the case. Beeston will go from the side. I think Beeston just taking the temperature out of this at the moment, because Oxted are finding a way through Beeston, and Beeston are making it difficult to get through Oxted. So what they are trying to do, I think the Bees are going more direct. There we go. Immediately there's a player. The pass is received. There's a couple of blows of the whistle. No suggestion of a card yet. So incremental progress down the right-hand side for Beeston. This time through the air. That one is going to be very nearly kept in. I think the connection with the ball would have put it on a collision course with a chapel if that had found the ball. Working out what happened on the far side of the field there. It is a Beeston ball. 42 minutes now ticked over. I do feel there's definitely another goal in this, but it is extremely difficult to work out which team will get on target next. Ashdown is in space out of your picture. He's now in your picture and receiving the ball, keeping it in under an awful lot of pressure. Does extremely well to go round the challenge of 26 Isaac Dale. I was speaking with Nick Giles of Oxted earlier this week with a slightly different hat on, and he was saying about the youth that they have and the players coming through Oxted, and I believe they had their 3 16-year-olds in the matchday squad last week at Southgate, and because there's been no change in the squad, I think they've got 3 16-year-olds again this week too. So a lot of youth on the field, and no lack of skill and endeavour as well. That said, ball rolls out of play for Bennett. Beeston won this fixture 3-2 back in March 2024, but the season before that, Oxted won here 2-1, and the season before that, they won 4-0, which I think was the result of the famous tweet that Beeston ended up ripping up the pitch afterwards. That did happen. This is the new surface that you can see. Talking about new pitches. As Beeston will defend another attacking free hit from Oxted. Inside to Bennett. Bennett gives it back quickly, on with his run. I think he's the player who's underneath this aerial ball, and that's a solid challenge from Ashdown, who's ran in and collected the ball at pace. Bennett hustles and harries, but can't win the ball off Richmond. Richmond decides to fire it long and into the night sky. That takes an Oxted touch, but falls kindly for Beeston, and that's a foot outside of the circle. Beeston very quickly into possession. Angle ball in. It has been turned into the goal, but it's a long corner for Beeston. Nice idea with the pass in. Gleeson with a restart. Little shimmy. And Oxted under pressure. There is an opportunity to go through the air, which is the one that they take. Possession back with the home side. And a good example there of how Oxted have really put the pressure on as soon as the Beeston players have been in possession of the ball. They will have to retreat here as it's a free hit, but look at there's an arc of Oxted players. There's a couple have had to disappear back, but then look again. Dale, I think that is, who's running towards the player in possession. He continues his run, angle ball through the air, across the field, but that is outside of the reach of George Fletcher, and I think there's a little bit of frustration with that. That was a presentable opportunity to get the ball up the field. Fletcher pointing, saying that's exactly where they want the ball to go. I think someone has unearthed the famous page ripping up tweet. Mentioning new pitches, there is a new pitch here at Nottingham Hockey Centre. Hockey Vibes is coming to town, and we have the Pepsi pitch. Couple of sharp blasts on the whistle as the crowd gather on the far side of the field. Great to see so many people out there. Oxted with a clip ball in towards the circle. Really good off-balance pick of the ball by Toby Stanley. Joe Paul. Beeston being pushed back by a very strong Oxted press. And look at that, 5, 6, 7 players in shot for Oxted, making it very difficult to play through. There isn't a lot of space on the left-hand side, but the trick is getting the ball out to there in the first place. If you can't do that, then turnovers happen, and Oxted aren't happy with this at all, and we get a long blow the whistle, and the first card of the game has been shown. It is a green card, but to which player? I believe Josh Nurse. I thought it was. I can see number 13 just taking his leave. So Josh Nurse has been shown the first green card of the game. Player down in the circle, and Beeston will lose possession of the ball. Decent game management. A couple of Oxted players deciding this is the right moment to a couple of shoelaces to be adjusted. Nothing wrong with that. Sideline ball, but we will be coming back. I think the umpire wasn't too keen about the placing of the restart. We are going again. It's Oxted into the circle. Big appeal, and they have the third penalty corner of the fixture. Ideal when you're down in numbers. That penalty corner routine will probably take 40 seconds off that suspension for Josh Nurse. Going over to inject is Michael Royden Turner. It's the first game of the season, but has played in every one so far, other than that first one. 16 is Williamson. 25 is Bennett. They've been the likeliest of the takers so far. Very low in numbers for this penalty corner routine, but let's see how they field this one. Shuffle to the left-hand side. There's the routine, and it's a repeat penalty corner. You heard the sound of the foot on the way through. Just got the opportunity to see that routine. I think it was a number 1 runner who got the connection. Williamson was the player who took it, and it's Williamson again who leaves it. And then away. Williamson leaving it for slip. Around 90 seconds away from 3/4 time. Beeston without a penalty corner so far in the game. And Oxted with a presentable ball outside of the circle, fired in low and hard and well dealt with, and then punched away all the way down the end of the field from Beeston. We've spoke about this recently. It's if you're under pressure, get the ball down the other end of the field. It will wipe away a few seconds. And talking about wiping away seconds, it looks as if that green card for Josh Nurse has concluded. So back to a full set of 11 players for the visitors. Around 30 seconds. Into the circle, low, and it's a penalty corner. Oxted are furious. I think they're suggesting that they wanted maybe a penalty stroke for that, but you can't get much closer than that without getting the ball in the goal. What is the outcome here? So there's the ball that came in. It was saved and then tried to be cleared. And is there a suggestion that there was danger in that clearance from Beeston? And is a penalty corner for Oxted. Fourth penalty corner, and another 2 re-awards as well. So a strong routine, and because it's an overtime one, this time they have flooded the outside of the circle. The clock is stopped. We're about ready to go. As ever, Bennett and Williamson are the likeliest players for Oxted. It's low, and it has been saved magnificently on the second attempt from Simon Hojwan. That is how close we've come to Oxted taking the lead. But as we enter 3/4 time, it's 1-1 on BTV. Oxted knocking on the door, but this game is anyone's. The third quarter ended with a very, very difficult moment for Beeston with a ball. Firstly, being played away from almost the goal line from Beeston's defence, and then a penalty corner right at the end that was saved by Simon Husband, who also managed to save the follow-up shot as well, and that ended the third quarter. So Oxted knocking on the door, looking to extend their winning run to 3. And exactly the same, Beeston would like to do the same also. Two teams in good form at the moment. There is surely a third goal coming. At the moment, you'd say Oxted are shading it. They've had by far the better opportunities. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4 penalty corner awards, plus 2 re-awards. But they've not managed to convert that yet. Their goal coming from open play on the 13th minute. Beeston are awarded a free hit and they play it quickly. Joe Paul playing it back, and I think if I was trying to make my way through this Oxted side, I'd look to pull and push them because they seem to be very comfortable in defence and will close you down quickly. And if you play the ball quickly, it makes it very difficult for the players to latch on to an opposite number. So quicker ball might be the way through for Beeston. Rapidly forward for Oxted. They shovel it towards the baseline and over the baseline. Less than a quarter to play at the moment. Spoils are looking like they'll be shared. And anything can happen, as we've often seen on BTV going back to 2018. Late goals, drama. That's good. Riding a couple of challenges, Collinson, he's still in possession. Whistle blows, Collinson gets a free hit. Big cheer from the crowd. Dylan Lim-Hon with the restart. Beeston trying to go around the long way. On the far side, someone in black is not happy with something at all. I think this is a really good training video for anyone looking to show the press working, and you're looking at how Oxted are blocking off the angles and hustling and harrying and making life difficult for Beeston's players. They're an effective unit. They aren't a couple of individual players, they are doing it as a unit. Stanley sweeps the ball back. This is the sort of slightly quicker movement. There we go, just gives the opposition not enough time to settle on the player that they want to press and pressure. Evading a couple of challenges, George Fletcher out towards the left hand, towards the right hand side. There's a ball in towards the circle, and it has been mopped up quite effectively by Oxted, and they, in turn, there's a huge collision in the middle of the field, and there's a player down. Umpire's gone over to check. Just watching again, there's the ball out of defence. Green card has been shown. It's number 24, Dylan Lim-Hon, who has been shown the green card. So clock is stopped. In towards the circle, takes a couple of touches. It has been turned in and Oxted have taken the lead. Another quick move, going from nothing really promising on, and then the ball moving into the circle very quickly. Here's that quick ball in, and just taking a touch in front of the goalkeeper. So with 57th minute lead achieved by the visitors. The Bees are 13 minutes away from their first defeat of the season. However, into the circle they go. And it has been turned in. Griffiths gets his first of the season, and that lead lasted less than a minute. Beeston on level terms. Just finding a way of getting the ball out of the stick and somehow lifting the ball over the onrushing Robert McLennan in the Oxted goal, and we are all level again. I think you'll struggle to find 2 goals with a shorter time difference between the two of them. We'll get that officially checked out. But I knew there were more goals coming. And just like in the first half, the team that took the lead have been pegged back almost immediately. So 2-2. Both teams having good success with quick ball. Topped and out of play. Normally, this is the time I turn to Muss for guidance and say, would the two teams be happy with a draw with 10 minutes to play? I suspect that might be the case. However, there are still 3 points available. We've got a free hit and the umpire is being in conversation as the play was being restarted. I think we're in for a very chaotic final 10 minutes on BTV. Do stay with us. If you're enjoying the game, let somebody know. Let people know that we're here and providing this for you to watch wherever you are in the world. Like, share, subscribe, all of those things that the influencers say. It's true. It really helps us grow if you get in touch. Tell a friend. Don't just stop at one friend. Tell everybody you know. Why not? Go crazy. It's the weekend. There's an appeal in Oxted. Get a free hit again in a promising position left of centre. Into the circle. There's a good attempted challenge. I'm not sure that got the final touch because it is a Beeston ball. I think it was the movement of the challenge which led to the ball rolling over the baseline. Gleeson draws in a couple of players, gives Ashdown a little bit of space, and again we've seen pressure coming from Oxted. You can see Dylan then Hon back on the field of play, so his green card has elapsed, back to a full quota of players. Just 2 green cards shown in the match so far. Into the circle, and Beeston mop things up at the back. Aerial ball towards Ashdown, who brings it under control on the 23-metre line. His turn is blocked by Oliver Bennett, and that's a free hit for Beeston. Another shallow aerial ball, but this can't be controlled by Beeston, and the restart from Rob Mugridge sees the visitors back in possession again. Just taking a little touch on the through to Mugridge. Block, and Beeston quickly turn. Is that a foul? It's just gone over the sideline, and it's an Oxted ball. Suspicion of a foul in that last passage of play. It will be an Oxted free hit again, this time on the 23-metre line. Both teams need to be very, very alert. Goals all coming from quick moves. Nice turn from Stanley, and he fires the ball down towards Croft, who was the furthest ball forward, furthest player forward with that ball. Williamson out towards the right-hand side. Another quick move towards the edge of the circle. This is an opportunity, but Beeston will clear it from here, and they go long towards Croft, who brings it down. Will he get it back? No, he won't. He will get a sideline ball, though. Croft offering himself as the furthest player forward, bypassing an awful lot of the Oxted midfield. Long blow of the whistle, and we umpire Bennett. Dan Barstow it is, who's having a chat with the players. Out to the left-hand side. Dunn in towards the circle, fired in low and cleared away again. It's the right end of the field for Beeston. No penalty corners yet for the home side. 5 minutes and change to play. Turnover, nudged out of play. Oxted ball in front of the dugouts. Oh, so close to an attempted steal. With that attempted steal, 23. There's a slide and a challenge. It's still with Oxted, and that's been played over the side by a Beeston player. Oxted ball. 5 minutes to play. There's one more moment of magic or drama in this game. I can feel it. Beeston will clear. Now, we've seen them take the free hits quite quickly. I think it's sensible here to just get the pace right and maybe load a few players further forward. Croft is the furthest player forward, and Oxted win possession. Player goes clattering to the ground. I think we're going to see a chat here as a trio With substitutions look to be made by both sides, actually. Looking at Ollie Ashdown, I think he's raised his run today. I think that was a little limp from him as he made his way onto the bench. 4 minutes to play. Oxted steal it. And Beeston have got, I think, very lucky there. There was a tide of red-shirted players making their way towards the Boulevard goal. Shallow ball, tapped out of play. Beeston feel that this is maybe an opportunity to launch a ball towards the top of the circle. Looking at the stick in the air from Collinson, who has been found and he's brought the ball down well. Collinson moves left and then right and then towards the circle. It's taken a couple of touches, and who did that take a touch off? Fletcher was closest to it, but it is a Beeston ball. Ball popping up from Gleeson. Gleeson decides to go the long way around. Who did that take a touch off? It took off a Oxted touch. Beeston with 3 minutes to find a goal to keep their winning run going. You feel they might settle for a point, however. A big ooh from the crowd as that hammer of Henry Croft is played away. Clock is stopped. Have we lost the match ball? Is that what we're waiting for? This is taking an awful lot out of the sting out of this Beeston build-up. 2.5 minutes to play. Oxted with everybody back. Angle ball in towards the circle is the option. Driving run. And has it been played behind the goal line? It has been played behind the goal line. Beeston's first penalty corner of the game comes with 2 minutes left on the clock. Just watching from the umpire lounge, just seeing if that's the cause for the offence there. The goalkeeper put his foot just to block the ball, but the ball rolled over the baseline, and that must have been viewed as a deliberate act. So, 1 penalty corner in the game. The clock continues to tick down for Beeston. Likeliest, you can see the frame of Ashdown with number 3 on his back, just to the left of the circle. 13 is Owen Sutton. And 3 is Ashdown, 11 is Croft. Normally, Beeston get a couple of opportunities. Oxted haven't scored from their penalty corner opportunities in this game. What can Beeston do? It's fired in, and it has been punched away for a long corner. 60 seconds to play. Is there a winner to be found? Bouncing ball away, and it's a sideline ball for Beeston. 1 more roll of the dice, you feel. Into the circle. Is there a shooting chance here? It's hit the outside of the goal. Huge cheer from the crowd, but it's side netting all the way. And that was the final touch of the ball in the game. Points are shared. Beeston 2. Oxted 2. There was a moment of drama right at the end as Beeston hit the outside netting of the goal. It's another 2-2 draw for Beeston to go alongside their away draw at Hampstead and Westminster on the 28th of September. It's another point on the board for Oxted, whose impressive start to the campaign continues. So drama. And I think it's a fair reflection of the game that the points are shared at the end of 70 minutes. Beeston, it's the weekend for them on the road. A trip to Old Georgians on Saturday, followed by Surbiton on Sunday. Oxted they host Cardiff and Met and Old Georgians next weekend. So both of these teams face Old Georgians, the champions, next weekend. Looking at the other matches that are in play today, we should be getting some results in somewhere, so do keep them peeled on social media for that. It was a success today for the women, as I think they won away at Leicester City by 4 goals to 0. So Beeston's women continue to climb the table. Mentioning Beeston's women, they are here on the 19th next weekend. They host Buckingham. We should be here for BTV for that one. So as the teams enter their huddle, points are shared. It's the first draw that we've brought for you. Confirmation, it was Josiah Wood with a goal that gave Oxted the lead in the 57th minute, albeit very, very briefly indeed. Gareth Griffiths lifting the ball into there on 58 to equalise. We'll get the official timing between those two goals at some point for you this evening. But from all of us on BTV, it's been a pleasure keeping you company today. We'll put on another couple of layers on the way out because the temperatures continue to drop during the course of the broadcast. Yeah, from me, Andy Day, it's been a pleasure. And we will be back next time for Beeston's women's match. They are here on the 19th of October, once again against Buckingham. Thanks for watching. It's been a cracker. It's a match you'll only find on BTV. Little shuffle to the right-hand side. It is the trap. And that's padded away. Good goal. He receives the ball again. It's all very central at the moment. There's a good angle to attack down the middle now. Here's a chance. There's a slip. Is there an opportunity for a shot? And he is in for the first goal of the game. And his scoring run continues. Croft scores again. Very steady from Oxted. Beeston, very active in defence. And that's been turned in for the equaliser so quickly into the circle and touched in. Beeston. It's Oxted into the circle. Big appeal, and they have the number 1 runner who got the connection. Williamson was the player who took it, and it's Williamson again who leaves it. And then away in towards the circle, takes a couple of touches. It has been turned in, and Oxted have taken the lead. Their first defeat of the season. However, into the circle they go. And it has been turned in. Griffiths gets his first of the season. And that lead lasted less than a minute. Beeston on level terms.